episode of Pat TV. I'm your host, Ruben. I have here Avinash Conda again, who I gotta apologize, I don't have my jacket on today. I know you made a comment about the last time, and I'm not dressing up enough for you. And, meanwhile, you have your jacket. You blend really well with the couch.
Thanks a lot.
Anyways, so you put up an interesting point, and really it's been happening for a while, talking about metadata, how it's changed over the last couple of years. You want to describe what is it doing now, and what is Google factoring in now when it comes to metadata?
Yeah, well, if you actually look back from when Google actually evolved, the primary aspects which Google considered were the title, meta description, and the meta keyword.
Right.
And over time, because people were abusing the meta keyword stack,
right,
that was not considered a part of SERP. So,
and by the way, for viewers who don't know what metadata is, it's basically the source code that was just giving Google bots an indication of what that page was about, right?
The keywords were actually giving an idea to a search engine what exactly the page is about. And today, the keywords tool, keyword stack is not used for ranking at all.
Right, it's not evaluated at all.
Yeah.
Because it was basically abused several years ago.
Yeah, like 3 years ago. Yeah.
Right.
And then now, when it comes to the meta description, again, Google started using dynamic meta description for a few of them. Like the three major areas where Google picks up a meta description is from the description which we give, the meta description tag.
And that shows up on search results.
Yep, when you search for a particular key term. And then the second one is from the ODP, that's the Open Directory project, like DMOS and all. You go there and give in your description. Google actually picks up that description sometimes.
Right.
And the third one, which is from the content, which is actually happening these days. Like you type in a keyword, if Google thinks it can pick up better description from the content, it can actually pick it up from there.
Now, we can't really impact that. I mean, Google, we could, but directly, it's almost like...
Yeah, the simple answer is no, we cannot. Right. But there are actually few options which Google gives us. We can actually ask it not to consider the ODP description. It has a snippet, it has a meta robots.
ODP, what does that stand for?
Open Directory Project.
Right.
And we cannot, so we can actually ask Google to say, tell Google that please do not consider my ODP description and only consider my parent description.
Now how do you do it? You go to Webmaster Tools?
No, there's actually a small piece of code, just a line of code. The meta name equals robots, and content equals to no ODP. It's a small snippet.
It sounds like a blog post that you should write up.
Sure. And then we can also stop Google from picking up random content from our page. But this is not advisable because sometimes Google picks up some really good description which can actually convert more.
Right.
So
I'm going to summarize it. You tell me if I'm right or wrong here. It almost points to the fact that, hey, your site just has to be relevant to these searches.
Yeah.
And that's really why it's picking up, or at least why it's indexing websites like this, is pretty much to root out irrelevant sites to the search term.
Irrelevant again means, if the description is way too long, Google can just pick up whatever they want. If there's no description at all, no title at all, it can pick up. If a huge site has same description tag and title tag throughout its site, Google can again pick up whatever it wants.
Right.
So basically these are the three places which actually Google does it dynamically. But then again, it can also do to sites which are completely optimized just for a better content.
Someone getting a phone call. But that's all right, we'll keep going. Didn't this happen at the opera in New York City? They was just they like stopped the opera. Let's see if I could. Oh, that's our videographer. That's actually called. He's gonna edit this. Thank you. All right. So at the end of the day, we have to dynamically, or we have to just create content that's relevant to what we think these search terms are. We can't totally impact it, but I think it points to how relevant your site has to be. You can't really manipulate it at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, now that Google has also started picking up dynamic titles, so you've got to be pretty careful with your content, having much relevant content to your website, not having too long title tags, not having the same title tags on different pages. So there are a few precautions which webmasters can take.
So we'll definitely do more technical SEO stuff. I mean, a lot of this might be over people's heads, which is fine. I think the idea is to get the conversation started and what to, when you're looking to optimize the site, realize that, you can only impact it so much. Avinash, appreciate you coming on with the jacket. Next time I'll wear one just for you.
Sure.
You have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next time. Take care.